So every time I have plans to do things a certain way for my day, the plans just get switched up. There are so many things that I just want to jump back into because I really want to, just take some time away from the internet, you know. But it's like the universe just keep calling. I don't have to answer every call, but it's like somebody is calling back to back to back to back, back to back to back to back to back. Okay. I just had so much that I wanted to do today, and I wanted to get into something creative. I knew something, so there's been a shift. I feel like there's been a realization and there has been a shift. I don't know if one person is experiencing these things at the same time or if one person's realization triggers another person's shift. Okay? So somebody wants to put you up. That's for a female. Somebody wants to put a woman up. Somebody wants to put you up. They want to put you, it's like they want to spoil you. Okay? Mm. Um I mean, I do pick up some romantic things, but it's more so of something long term though. Somebody somebody wants to make your life it's hard for me to say it because I want to make sure, you know, because sometimes I will get readings, I will give readings, I pick up on energy, but the energy is only temporary. Feelings come and go. So a person can be in the wave of their emotions and I will ride that wave, but eventually a wave dies down. The ride is over. But during the wave, it's kind of like the freedom, the liberation, the inspiration, the influence of the water and the fresh air, you know, can create, a certain bliss that is only felt temporary, but because the bliss is so stimulating, you know, it's it's kind of like letting go of your inhibitions and saying what it is in which that you really want and that you desire, rather it scares you or not. But when you're not riding that wave, here comes the complications. When you're riding that wave that gives you that great feeling, it's kind of like, of course, it's easy to say and actually feel that what you say is what you want. But when you're not in that wave and it's a different feeling, then what? It just kind of seems like when it comes to feelings and emotions sometimes it's so contradicting, but that is the nature of emotions. Like I say, the feeling comes and it goes. By nature, we all are creating emotions every day. You know, emotions, lead to action. Sometimes it can lead to thoughts. So I don't even want to get into it. It's one big world. It's like having 8 arms or some shit. So many channels, you know. It's energy. So there are so many ways that you can channel energy. So I mean, before I go off with telling you everything great that's going on with this person, I'm hesitating because I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's something in which that they're feeling in the moment, or I don't know if it's a decision. Okay, but somebody is looking at you as if they want to put you up. They want you off of the market, which means that they don't want you available for anybody else, to date anybody else. They want to take care of you. They want to spoil you. They want to make life easier for you. And that is a gift, and that is a privilege, because nobody has to want to make your life easier. And I just don't want to tell you, and then you expect it. Then you meet someone. It happens. May happen very quickly. It may happen over time, but then it's kind of like with the seed in which that I plant within your subconscious, and then with it matching up within your reality, the conviction of your belief is stronger. And one thing I know about human beings is that our beliefs can be bigger than anything, even when it comes to reality. So, I just don't want that to happen. And because it lines up physically, there's red flags going on, and you're not paying attention to the red flags because I have already influenced the subconscious. You know what I'm saying? So I want to tell you without really emphasizing on it, but at the same time, I know that I'm looking unsure. I know you would probably be able to read my energy as unsure, but I like giving readings and saying stuff that I know is in stone, because there are certain things that you cannot change. Regardless of free will, there's polarity in everything, even within fairness and justice, even when it comes to destiny and fate. The mystery of life, there is no absolute. So, I mean, I don't want to plant seeds of doubt or shakiness neither. But true to somebody, this is how somebody is feeling. This is how they feel about you. Okay? So obviously, they really care about you. They really care about you. Maybe a little possessive, you know. But it depends on your energy. I know that some people, it's kind of like, man, why are you clocking me? Why you want to know where I'm at all the time? Like, why this and why that? And I know it could come off overwhelming. To me, they care about you. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's being thoughtful, if they're thinking about you, I mean, they care about you. I sometimes I watch videos on like crazy boyfriends and crazy girlfriends. So there was a situation to where, this guy, he put a tracker in this woman's car. And she felt like he was crazy for doing that. I'm just like, well, for one, I don't know why you would put a tracker in my car without me knowing. You know what I'm saying? I would rather know that. I don't care where it's at, because I'm going to tell you one thing. If you watching where I'm going, when I need you, you better show the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Your ass better show the fuck up. You know, if you got it like that, you Mr. Agent, you know, well, I'm gonna need you to come through then. I don't think that that's crazy. I don't think that that's crazy. Somebody wants to track what you're doing, where you're going. You shouldn't be up to no shit that you're not supposed to be up to. You shouldn't be going nowhere where you're not supposed to be going. And if you want to do something special or surprise your person, you should let them know. And ask them to turn the tracker off so you can do something special for them. I ain't got no problem with that shit because I don't like going nowhere and nobody knows where I'm going. Somebody needs to know where I'm going. Somebody needs to know. Okay, but anyway, it's not about me. Okay, so we have the Man of Painting, which is the King of Cups. You have Happiness. You have Eternity in reverse. Prophecy in reverse. You have the Moon, which is the Insight. You have the Man of Music, and then you have Despair in reverse. The reversals are the past. So right away, I pick up that you are in a new spiritual contract. That would explain the shift that I'm feeling. Okay. So with you being in a new contract, and then you had eternity in reverse. Okay, so you awoken. Somebody awoken from a long period of being asleep. Okay? Which means that this person, you have been lacking like faith, for a long time. Just kind of feeling like God forgot about you. People forgot about you. People don't see your worth, or people don't see your value. You know, maybe you got things going on for yourself to where you're building things on your own. And sometimes it feels like nobody sees what you're doing. Nobody cares. You know, and even though you may have had these thoughts or these feelings going on, you still stay true to you, even if you had to be alone and walk in the darkness. Okay, but oh happy day, something, the sun has come out or something, because there's definitely been some changes. Okay, they look like good positive changes. Okay. There's a lot more life. There's more life here, okay, than your past. Okay. So in the position of your crown, this is going to represent unconditional, emotionally stable. Either this is who you know yourself to be, somebody who is emotionally stable and emotionally intelligent. This person is also a family man. Okay, this is unconditional, benefit of the doubt. Okay, so either you know yourself to be that way, or this is the man that wants to put you up. This is how he feels about you. He's unconditional towards you. Okay, which means that emotionally he is open and available to you. So either you're aware of your feelings for him and his feelings for you, and you're thinking about him, or maybe you're thinking about him and you can't understand why you're thinking about him. You're thinking about him because he's thinking about you. He's serious in that head of his. He's serious about all the things in which that he wants to do, he wants to show, he wants to give. he's serious, but he has intelligence, so he's not going to go crazy about it to where he's coming off thirsty and desperate. Okay? He respects himself. He respects what he has to offer. And even though he may be eager to give it to you, it's don't ever get it fucked up. Because you know, because he will take it away. Okay? Most people, if they feel played, or if they feel like you're trying to play them and they're trying to give you something beautiful, they will take it away. They will walk away, as they should. That is somebody, anybody who can walk away, that tells you that they have self-respect. When they walk away when they're being mistreated, you know. My feet cold. Okay? So that's man or woman. It doesn't matter. So, and I'm gonna tell you, men like a woman that can walk away. They like a woman that can detach too. You know. Cause sometimes people, men, know that they're full of shit, and they know that they're not easy to deal with, and they know that if you let them walk all over top of you, they will. You see, a lot of the times as women, we have expectations, that our partner is just supposed to know. They're supposed to be mindful. They're supposed to be considerate of us. Sometimes that shit is not true. And if you want a man who loves you like that, then you have to find a man who loves you like that. But you can't just fall in love with somebody and then put these expectations onto them. And when they don't live up to these expectations, it's like, oh wow, I ended up with a loser. No, because that man may not be a loser. He's just not your ideal. Somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needed to hear that. It's not about potential. Don't ever choose somebody thinking like, ooh, they got potential. You need to see somebody with where they are at. If you can appreciate it, if you can accept it, then you have to keep in mind, it can go backwards, it can be still, or it can grow. So what I suggest you do is step back and see what type of moves that person is making in their life to push. Are they pushing forward? Are they stagnated? Are they still dealing with the past? Are they all over the place? Like, what's going on with them? Yes, sir. I feel like I'm talking to a woman who be having men issues. I can help you, girl. Because because I feel like it's two women. I feel like one woman is about to watch another woman, and she has another woman have this man put her up in the way in which that he do, and this other woman is gonna be like, well, what does she have? What does she be doing? What does it take? What does it take for me to find a man like that? For a man, for a man to want to do that for me, like what does she be doing? So, well, I think I'm explaining it. Okay, so now my thing is that when I talked about people being able to walk away from mistreatment, okay, now when you get in the relationship, it's not going to be that simple. Because it's kind of like, are you just going to walk away, run away from everything that's challenging, or every time you feel mistreated? You know what I'm saying? My thing is that you have a conversation about it first, If the shit don't change, well, then you got to do something different. When you start to notice patterns in any situation or relationship that's unhealthy, that's when you got to figure out ways as to how to respond differently to those things. It takes time, it takes practice. Sometimes it get hard. So who is this? So when it comes to you, is you have happiness, you have moon, and you have the man of music. Is it two men? So you're dealing with two men. So you got one on the mind, but then you got one here. Okay. So people don't know how happy you are. I want to say within your life. With the moon card here, you have some secrets. You know, it's not what it seems. You understand what I'm saying? You're very unique. You're very unique in your perspective. I think with how you deal with your problems and solutions. Cause yes, you're happy, but secretly you're not. But there are people who want what you have. And true to yourself, it's kind of like if you want them, please, you can have them. You understand what I'm saying? So you may already be in a relationship or in a situation. So I think that people, it's like people on the outside looking in. I feel like what they see is happiness, but they don't see what you have to go through in order to uh, stabilize us. You are the glue in your situation, in your relationship, you know. So your partner, rather it's a man, rather it's a woman, you know, your partner is kind of like they're the face of your relationship. And to other people on the outside looking in, it looks like a great situation. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure it's a great situation, but there's a lot of things that people don't know. And you know that they're jealous and envious of your person or of your relationship, and you're just like, you have no idea. I'm trying to get away from this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. My thing is that with the guardedness here, because there is no love here, you know. With the man of music, he's the man of purpose, you know. So y'all have purpose together. Okay, so this is a situationship. So you know, this is not really something. This is just a relationship, but it's not like a committed relationship, or it's not anything exclusive. Okay. So it could be ex-wife, ex-husband situations. Maybe y'all got a divorce, but or you know, or what happened. Maybe y'all got a divorce or something, but the other person is helping the other person get on their feet or something like that. Y'all could have ties to like businesses, children, um, assets, things like that. You see what I'm saying? There are things keeping you together, but it has nothing to do with love. But if y'all are happy, there's an understanding that y'all have. So people are misunderstanding what they see from your union. Mm. And what they think that they see is kind of like they want it. You know, they want you or they want your partner. You know, it's a couple. It could be a couple or it's two people. It's a woman and a man. So somebody may want you, and then somebody may want your partner. You know, okay, so I see what's going on here. But most people kind of have the wrong idea. Somebody is getting a reading on your partner. Let's see. Somebody is getting a reading on him. If somebody is getting a reading on you, they're learning. They're going to find out, like I said, you are the glue to your situation. They're going to find out that you run that shit. You know what I mean? Man or woman, you're the one who runs that situation. You are in a position of leadership. This is why I say this is the man of purpose. Or it could be a woman. It doesn't matter. Maybe she has to operate in her masculinity. Okay? What else are they trying to find out about this person? Just one thing. I'm not trying to be no, I really don't care. I mean, I think that they got what they were looking for. There's something here about gossiping about somebody who's innocent. So people were gossiping about you, and this person found out you were innocent. Maybe you're going to find out that this other person is innocent. Somebody is finding out somebody is innocent. I think it's that man, because I mean, somebody is somebody trying to put you up. So, I mean, so you went misjudged in a situation. I don't think I don't think them trying to put you up and do all this stuff for you. I don't think it's out of guilt. I don't think it's out of pity. I think it's out of, you know, this person knows that they can trust you. They know that they can trust you. That's something that's very important. That's something that's very big to them. You know, I think it is to everybody, but some people, they just cannot operate if they don't have the mental, relaxation of trust. I understand, certain things that we feel like we need, when we don't get them, and we absolutely feel like we need them to function level-headedly, and we're not getting that shit drives people crazy. If your partner tells you, you know um I have a problem with you putting your hands in your nose, and then you not washing your hands, for one, that person gonna be always watching what you do with your hands. Then on top of that, it's kind of like anytime that they come to you putting your hands places, and especially around food, they're gonna nitpick at every fucking thing that you do with your hands. Like some people so they're not gonna trust you to cook. They're gonna be watching to see, do you wash your hands when you come out of the bathroom? Some people, it's almost like an OCD thing. You know what I mean? But when it comes to relationship and trust, you know, it's kind of like the insecurity of not having the trust drives somebody crazy. So they'll try to be in a relationship, but they're constantly unsure about their partner. So they're constantly going through this inner battle, dealing with their insecurities. So they're never able to enjoy the relationship or connect to their partner because they're so busy trying to work through those feelings that they're trying to hide from that other person. It's a mess. It's a mess. Listen to how I'm saying it. Doesn't it? It sounds crazy. It's a mess. You need time out to get yourself together because the problems that you are having is yours, and you need time out to work on that. Nobody else should be incorporated because you're only going to see them as an escape to not take accountability. That is the point of the relationship with ourselves, and that is the point in doing self-reflection and confronting ourselves about those hard things those things that we have a hard time with accepting ourselves about. You know, how can you change it if you have to accept it first? You know, you have to accept it. I have trust issues. You know, okay. So, truth is, there's a good chance we won't be able to trust anybody, right? But we can trust ourselves. So, if we work more on learning how to develop and trust more of ourselves and build this trust and relationship with ourselves, we'll become more confident within the partners in which that we choose or the partners that we allow to choose us. Therefore, the more we trust our discernment and we trust our choices in these indecisions, even though there are going to be times to where we make unfavorable choices and decisions, there's always going to be a fall and a bounce back. So we want to stay focused on the bounce back because there are going to be times to where life is going to knock you down. That's the inevitable. So we accept that. So in doing that, now we eliminate more fear and trust in ourselves and making decisions confidently. Ooh, I hope I explained that correctly. I hope I explained that correctly. I feel like that was a mouthful. Okay. So, I mean, that's going to be it for the reading. So, until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.